Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Dare Lounge, where I'm playing more Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we finished off the island of Pyros, and today we're gonna go and enter Hydatos, or Hydatos, or however the hell you want to say it. Adventure, you couldn't have come at a better time. Preparations for restoring the water in place. I'm pleased to report. And with our practice efficiency, we've established a base camp on practically the doorstep of the students' headquarters. Now, in keeping with tradition, the region in which the camp lies has been given a name, Hydatos, a reference to its watery disposition. God's willing, this will be the last corner of the island that the expedition will need to contend with. But without further ado, let me know when you're ready to head over. Mrs. Kryle is very keen to resume her efforts with your help. Eureka, Hydatos. You have access to Hydatos. Now I'm starting to confuse myself. Thumbs up. GG, Fred. Welcome to, like, I would say arguably the best island. But, you know, arguably. There are some things about this island that are not very nice. More specifically, just one thing, I would say. There's a singular thing about this island that makes it a little bit, not so great. There we go. Ever sight for sore eyes, Lynn. By now, it's no secret, but we can't well continue our work without you. As always, let us begin by taking stock of the situation. Through our previous investigation, we learned that the founders had sealed away the primal Eureka on this isle. However, Ejika then came along and acting at Eureka's behest, sabotaged the proto-Aetheryte. One moment, I'm sorry. What may be considered the beating heart of the ward, on account of which the ward has ceased to function. For a blessing, we discovered a way to restore it. By infusing magicite with copious amounts of ether to create a new focal point, I can't read. It took considerable time and effort, but the preparations are now ready. All that remains is to reach the primal and seal it away once more. In order to do that, as per our original objective, we must gain entry to the students' headquarters. However, this has been rendered complicated owing to a number of factors. Aside from lying beyond impassable terrain, the structure is protected by a ward of its own. Did you ever doubt it? Ordinarily, members of the students are able to teleport inside, but the high concentrations of ether we've measured makes doing so extremely dangerous. We must ascertain the condition first, or we risk not emerging from the live stream. So, I have a mind to enter via the back door, as it were. Yet this method of ingress too isn't without its problems, but it's better to explain it out in the field. And that's where we stand. Now, before we set out, there's one last matter I'd like to attend to. You see, I had tasked the expedition scholar with researching legends pertaining to Eureka. Call it a scholar's hunch, but I thought that a hint might be scrounged from amongst the tales. But come, let us see what the good scholar has dug up for us. Greetings, Mr. Scribe, Mrs. Lynn. May I assume you have come about the legends? Indeed we have. Did your efforts bear fruit? They did, I'm pleased to say. First of all, it must be noted that there are several legends describing the Forbidden Land Eureka. Despite our many divergences, however, all are united in one detail. The Eureka was a repository for transcendent weapons hidden beneath the Crystal Tower. Combining this fact with your account of Eureka's avatar forging a blade for Master Ejika, I am led to conclude that the Primal possesses the ability to create weapons. Weapons forged by a Primal, put in the hands of mortals. What could possibly go wrong? In her vision, Mistress Lynn heard the words, exposure places the bearer's very soul at hazard, did she not? I take that to mean that those who wield such weapons are at risk of becoming the Primal's vessel. Discuss the mind Oriange's report on the dark divinity Odin and his sword Santetsuken. The Primal was not a rider, but a weapon. Odin is said to have appeared during the age of the Allagan Empire. It may well be that Santetsuken was forged by Eureka. Recognizing the danger, the Allagans sealed Eureka's weapons beneath the Crystal Tower, and this gave rise to the myriad legends of a forbidden land. Curious though, assuming Eureka was born of prayers, one would expect a deity the likes of Byron to manifest, a brawny smithy working the forge. Yet what we have is a primal possessed of an autonomous avatar, which goes around promising power and glory. Not the kind of entity that would arise from homespun legends. No, it feels all too purposeful, calculated. But such musings are for another time. I have some other things to, some few things to prepare in order to make use of the aforementioned back door. In the meantime, would you go on Pedro to visit? I understand he has devised yet more ways to ease your labors. Come and find me when you're done speaking with him. Ease your labors, he says. A moment, Mrs. Lynn, there's one other matter I wish to speak with you about. It pertains to the members of the students believed trapped inside the headquarters. We've been speaking of rescue, but based on what we know, that may be an overly optimistic view. The concentration of ether we've measured inside the tower, is to be blunt, not conductive to life. Certainly not over long periods, and all this time there's been no observable movement from within. Of course, the students are knowledgeable and skilled folk, and they may have found some way to survive, but even as we cling to this hope, we should prepare ourselves for the worst. Forgive me for bothering you with gloomy talk. I won't keep you any longer. Pray go and seek out Mr. Gerald, whatever, Gerald. I can't speak. Are there any people in this instance, like, at all? I've been wondering. Esha, yeah, there is at least one person. Yep. Correct, a single person. Wow. Everything sorted with Kral? Good, good. As before, I've got a bunch of things to catch you up on. Prick up your ears and listen. First, regarding the logos manipulator, we've improved the vials we use to store substances, substantiated names, meaning you can carry around more of the stuff. Expedition Alchemist can tell you all about it. Next, your Magi board. If you was already impressed with 6 pieces of Magicite, rejoice! Can now augment a thing to hold 7 stones. If you talk to the expedition engineer, he'll fix you up right, likewise. And last but not least, my favourite topic. No, not the me goddamn depths, you cheeky bloody sod. Weapons! Found a way to make your weapons even stronger. If this tickles your fancy, you just let me know. Ah, and while you're here... Dre, get your arse over here and tell the woman about the logograms. Madam, I am pleased to inform you that we have discovered new varieties of logograms here in Hydatos. Certain combinations of these may yield heretofore unseen names, and I encourage you to experiment with the logograms you come upon. So, this is looking to be the final stage of the expedition. I've stuck with you all the way, so don't go disappointing me now, eh? See the job finished. For myself as well, madam, I wish you the best of luck in your endeavours here. Alright, everything what needed saying has been said. If you want to know about the weapon enhancement, we can talk now, otherwise you can piss off back to Kral. Upon recording 56 or more unique entries in your Logos action log and speaking with Drake, you will be able to acquire new items. Please be advised that these items will only be available after you have gained access to the Eureka armor offered by the Expedition Artisan in North Point. So to get the shiny version of those, you are going to need to get all the Logos actions. But you can get obscure logograms in this place, which will give you basically all the actions you're still missing. In combination with maybe some other things from earlier. You know, looking back, we've come a long way. None of the talk around camp here's through. Here's where the journey ends. Bah, this isn't me trying to wax poetic. Feels like hot turds stumbling out of my bloody mouth. Let's get on with it, eh? So, last time we strengthened the weapon by infusing it with names, stuffed it near to bursting with the power of memories. Well, there's no room left for more names. We can fortify what's already there. That's precisely what we're going to do, using ether from crystals and the like. Word of warning, though. Once we get started on a weapon, you won't be able to improve it at the NIM workstation. That's until we finish augmenting it at any rate. Just bear it in mind. And that's the long and short of it. Off you go then. Get me the materials we need and I'll get to work. Once you begin enhancing a powerless weapon, you will be temporarily unable to imbue it with additional properties. Imbuing will become available once again Again, once the weapon has undergone all available upgrades in Hydatos. Oh, there she is. What you got for me this time? It's interesting that this thing is still there. So we need is Hydatos crystals. So, why is that marker over his head? So, yeah. I think other than that, like, I want to mention something. Like, even though I got all the weapons from, like, from just Eureka in general, fully upgraded, except for the bodies and arsenal upgrades, I have never gotten all of those items to drop to upgrade my Magi board. I actually had to buy them. Like, I had to buy them from the market board. I got none of them from Pyros, and I guess I got like 2 maybe or something from Hydatos, and that's it. So, you know, those things are rare as hell. Everything sorted with Gerald? Excellent. Let us set out at once. Is what I'd like to say, but I'm afraid I need more time to complete my tasks. Rather than standing idle at camp, though, may I suggest you acquaint yourself with the area outside? I should be able to complete my tasks meanwhile. We continue at level 51. I'm already at level 51. Apologies for the wait. We now have everything we need to make use of the back door. To be sure, there's still a couple of things that require doing out here. First, let us head to the central columns. It's due south of here, at the Val River source. I'll explain everything once we've arrived. Oh, and I should mention that from this point on... One moment. I'll be delegating the bulk of my duties to the good scholar. If you ever want for guidance, she's the first person you should seek out. Without further ado then. Right. So... Yeah, now she's down there somewhere. Off we go. So the very nice thing about Hydatos, or Hydatos, Anyway. Nice place about, the nice thing about this island is the fact that it is fairly flat. No verticality, no small passageways, a buttload of enemies, but other than that, that is really the only thing you have to do with, so. Also, I feel like I should have held on to maybe a reflect material. Not material? Yeah, sure. Yep, sure. No, a reflect action. To go and do more reflect leveling. Ah, my nose, Jesus. Jesus Christ, mate. Blimey. Hello. Once again reminded of this isle's dangers. How much of a boon you are to our efforts. Without the lessons of our field investigations to draw upon, I don't think I would have made it here in one piece. So, the back door. It's an ether bridge that conveys you to the tower's entrance. Built for those who like the ability to teleport. It's usable only by those with special permission. And right now it's not usable at all due to the obstruction in the livestream. In order to restore operation, we must repair the 3 sets of columns on of the ether bridge. This requires that we seek out the spots of pooled ether. And deploy these regulators to restore the flow. I would be grateful if you could assist me with this matter. According to my readings of the nearby area, the ether has pooled in 2 locations along the river's source, one in the north and another in the south. I will search in the north. If you would do likewise in the south, you should have luck looking east of the ether bridge foundation. Yoink. So where we need to go is over here, at the Ether Bridge Foundation. At least, methinks. Well, it's a little bit next to it. It's over here somewhere. I like how in the beginning it's like, I want to go and explore this myself. And I'm just like, fuck it. Show me where it is. Show me what you got. Anyway, the interesting thing about this place is that the water like goes up like that way, and yeah. The aesthetic of the sound is really nice, I like it. Currently it's gloom though, which is not the best kind of weather, but whatever. I mean, it is actually a really good type of weather because it spawns death sprites, which you can use reflect strats on, so. Good ether. Let me also go and check something else for a second. Yes, it's gonna make the game lag and music stop, but... Okay, yeah, no, the weather is gonna disappear. Rip. You deploy the regulator at the spot of cold ether. Appears to have immediate effect. Okay, now, before we go and continue, I do want to check something, actually. Because... Okay, yeah, death sprites do only spawn during gloom. And there's also, like, current weather sprites. That's interesting. Like, current weather, is that the... Because you do have, like, a special type of weather that appears and also brings a fate with it. But it doesn't happen that much. Could be that the death sprites are just always there, which would be even better. I guess we'll see. Once I need to go and level up, I'm gonna go and see about creating myself a reflect thingamabob. And we're gonna go and see if we can find these sprites. Because that would be pretty dang cool. In my most humblest of opinions, yes. Now there's snowstorm sprites too, so I can technically go for those too. If I can find like a good place for them. By my readings, I presume you found and rectified the pool ether? Excellent. With some minor adjustments, these columns will be in good order again. This may take a little time though, so sit tight for now. Or go and smite the local wildlife if you prefer. I'd certainly welcome fewer of them snapping at my heels. And then 54, okay. Right, let's go back. And then I'm gonna go and see if I can go down here and see if the death sprites appear or not. Like if they are even called death sprites. Either way, I'm gonna meet you guys in a minute because I'm gonna have to go back, make the thing, and then, you know. Alright, so we have, so I got the reflect. I replaced the bravery because now I'm thinking about it, like once I go and actually do bodies in Arsenal, somebody else will probably have bravery. So I'll just go for damage. For the damage, as they say it. Anyway, we got a fate to spawn. And after beating this, you're gonna notice like how how crazy. Like what is like the single thing that makes this island not amazing? You'll see. Oh, you will. You will learn. Nice. No, I don't think there's anybody else, so don't really think that we're gonna be waiting. I was about to say, yeah, since we're the only three here, we may as well. Once again, it's the same. It's the same rule as any other island, where the least the more amount of people there are, the stronger the mobs will be. So if there's only 3 people, then the normal monsters or notorious monsters are not going to be that difficult. All right, this guy will do tusk charges, which is non-telegraphed kind of stuff. Rock of Ages, that is telegraphed. Then rear, which is just point blank AoE. But he does do one thing that is kind of dangerous. And with kind of, I mean it will one-shot you regardless of what you do. If he even does it, that is. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do it. Anyway, I think there's a move that, like, if I recall correctly in any case, there's a move that he can do where he can suck people in and then do a massive cone in front of him. And that massive cone in front of him is a one-shot, regardless of your gear. So, and as you can see, I only get 5 Hydatos crystals. So the amount of crystals you get on this island are very, very small. Actually, there's an elemental to the north, apparently. Yep. Because there's one over here, too. But if there's one over here in the north, that would be easier for me to get than... there we go. Than having to go over there. Right, my friends, I'm gonna go and move myself over to down this area, and we're gonna see if the enemy that I want to spawn is gonna be there or not. Otherwise, we're going to be going over here to the north, and we're gonna be fighting some ice sprites with our reflect shenanigans. Anyway, I'll be right back. Alright, so I didn't actually know about this, but apparently, what they mean with like the current weather sprites is that this is just sprite island. There's always going to be sprites spawning over here, and depending on which weather, it's just going to be that elemental sprite. So that's pretty dang cool. Yeah. Let's go and just pop my reflect, and let's go and do this. Oh my fucking god! Just immediate. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna lose the XP. I don't care too much. I don't really care too much. Okay, so we're gonna try that again. This time we need to have reflect up before we go in there. Before we pull anything. This makes a lot of sense because they're, you know, more than 10 levels higher than me. Anyway, I'll be right back again. Alright. We are back again. Let's go and just use the reflect. Pull. This shouldn't see it work. Okay. Now I can use reflect to go and pull the rest, and they're just gonna kill themselves. As is usually what they do. And the fact that my defenses are so horrible right now, they're actually gonna take a lot of damage. You can see 29k. However, they're also so high level, to the point that I don't get any XP from that. Okay, let's go for the level 60 ones then. That's a little bit annoying that I can't make use of Sprite Island. Can I? I was about to say, can I get over this? I don't think I've ever actually tried that, so... Once again, like, reflect healing, reflect healing, what is wrong with me? Reflect leveling is something that I've never done before. Like, up until this, I haven't needed to do it because I was always already at the highest level. And if I wasn't at the highest level, I was very close to the highest level, so... This is just not really something that I've ever really needed to do. I mean, I don't need to do it now either, in all fairness. I just do it because it, you know, makes things go by a little bit quicker. And this way I can kind of just, you know, figure it out and take a swing at it, as they say. Let me see, though. Because I am currently... Alright, so there's an icy sprite. I can see 2 of them. Is there one that I can pick up without picking up anything else? Preferably. Even though these Dark Void monks only use spells, I think. So let's go and take a look, shall we? So it should, in theory... Oh no, nope, they do physical attacks. I thought they only casted water at me. No. I guess it could be the level 61 that sends that does that. Well, anyway. Here's another one of those. And I'll just have to deal with this. Okay, so in the future, do not pull Dark Monk. Or Dark Void Monk, whatever the hell. Just don't pull that guy. Only pull sprites. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Okay. Does that give me any XP? It does, yes, okay. Give me 300k or something, so... Anyway, now I gotta fucking run from this guy. And de-aggro him. Preferably, like, the best way to use reflect leveling is when you can put a lot of sprites. Oh, and now he casts water. You fucking... So they do cast water. They just don't cast it. Like, they also have physical attacks. Well, it's good to know in any case. Considering that this is my strat for leveling right now. So, in any case, level 60 works. So, I just need to go and grab level 60 sprites when I see them. And try to avoid grabbing, like, anything else. Really. Let's see though, because there is one over here. Is there another one somewhere nearby? Or is this and the other one the only ones? Let me just go and pull them. I can see another one over there, yeah. Okay, that does a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. So there aren't that many though, which is a little bit unfortunate. And now he's going to adapt. Which is good actually, because you know that gives me an experience boost. However, it does make it that my reflect isn't really that useful. Oh, the other one buggered off. Oh, for the love of... So what I've learned from this is not an ideal grinding strat against these enemies. A lot of it stems down to me just not really being able to grab a lot of them at the same time. Unless if I'm on Sprite Island. Okay. So it's 400k. Like the XP boost from chaining it would be really good too. You know, if only. Is there like any level in between this with the snowstorm sprites? Doesn't seem to be, no. It's 60 and then it immediately jumps over to 64. Okay. I basically at this point made back the amount that I lost from dying. So that's not too bad, in all fairness. But it's not great either. I feel like I also got this from the last island, from just beating enemies. Like around my level or a little bit higher. Either way, my friends, I'm gonna just, I've noticed that I've been once again wasting a lot of time on this. I'll be back once I'm higher level. Alright, I'm back. I've since learned that to get XP from an enemy still, you need to be like the maximum level you can be below an enemy and still get XP is 8. So we've now learned that. So before I like want to even think about using Sprite Iron to level up, I need to be level 58. Which is, you know, quite a ways away. Oh, for the love of... Sorry. Apologies. It's fine, alright. Are we still waiting for somebody? Are we still waiting? We could still be waiting. I don't think so. Anyway, Calamari has a couple of ads. Whoopsie. Yeah, I kind of did. Well, that's it. He just kind of like grabs people in a bubble and then hits him with his AoEs. That's it. I'm gonna be right back because I'm gonna do more leveling. Alright, skip a little bit forward. I've been doing the age-old strat of basically looking for any mob that is 2 levels higher than me and can mutate. Preferably. I've also noticed that the weather definitely has something to do with it. So I'm usually like going like between a couple of mobs and figuring out which one mutates during a certain weather. I've unfortunately not found anything like around my level. I mean like either 53, like between 53 or 55 that can mutate. So I guess I could try to go for 56 mob maybe. I don't know. I'll see. Anyway, Moloch can give like orders out to his boys, and they will do different maneuvers. But most of the time, he just dies way earlier because, well, this is another one of those fates that can drop one of the upgrade materials, which means that usually he dies pretty quickly because there's a lot of people. So there we go. Alright, I will be back again in a bit once I've leveled up more. Back again. The leveling experience in this island is a lot slower because I do not get the XP buff. Like outside of the one you get from the ferry, there's no other way, like there's no other XP buff on this island. So yeah, it's taken me a while. I'm still trying to figure out like certain mobs if they mutate with specific weather. Now it's raining, so I'm gonna go for snow smelt sprites, which will spawn like around here somewhere. And they should also adapt, which is similar to mutating, so they'll just become bigger. And they'll give me more XP. So I'll be going for those next after this fate is over. Hand it over, that fate you have. Anyway, I thought that the amount of Hydatos crystals I dropped were even lower than this. I actually kind of forgot that like the lowest fate, like the lowest level fate, it gives you 5. I thought it just gave you 1. Well, I was wrong. It gives you 5. And I think the biggest one, as long as nothing has changed, because it could be that I changed something, but I feel like I would have noticed that in patch notes. But either way, chances are very much there that it'll still just be the same, and that means that the biggest fate you can do on this island will just give you 10. And also, of course, some of the items you need for upgrading your weapon. The handy thing, like another kind of handy thing about this island, is that there is not a single one of these fates that requires a certain weather requirement. There is one that requires time. There's one that like has you fight enemies in the night. But other than that, there's no weather or time requirements for any of these fates, which is really nice. Makes it a lot less stressful to grind certain stuff. Well, people still kind of freak out over the night one, because of course the one that you can only spawn during the night. The enemies are very sparse. Very sparse. And of course the fate boss, or the notorious monster that spawns from it, is, as you would expect, the one that also drops a rare item. So people are kind of gung-ho about it. Seems like that is just something that you cannot avoid in Eureka. Unfortunately enough. So just kind of fumbling with my audio settings to a certain degree. Well, I've got my macro right now, which is really nice. But I still have to change the volume output of my headset each time. Why? Because, you know, if I were to if I want to listen to YouTube, I need to increase the volume by quite a lot. I need to lower the volume by quite a lot for my headset whenever I swap to full volume for the videos. So anyway, Frostmane just does a lot of like the typical attacks of like his type of model, I would say, and then he also has pure muscle mode where he's just gonna do the same stuff but kind of more insane, and it does more damage. So, and it's also not telegraphed apparently. Nope, they learn. All right. That's that then, and once again I will be back in a bit. Okay, well, so stuff has happened. I also actually only just noticed that it is a new day, and or like a new week in theory. So, all of these ones have apparently reset. I noticed when I was fighting sprites, I got the message like, oh, this is almost complete. And I'm like, oh. I was like, wait a minute. Right, it's Tuesday. Fuck yes. So all my XP problems are now gone. At least a part of it, in any case. I should get a solid amount of levels from doing that, in all fairness. Another thing that has happened is, once there's enough people in the instance, umbral turbulence can start happening. And that means that Ovni can appear. Ovni is a door boss, kind of. If you beat this guy when you're level... you have to be level 60 and you have to have done all the story. Then you're going to get yourself a buff. A lot of portals are going to spawn around the place. You can enter a portal and go into the Valdician Arsenal. That is how you enter and do the Valdician Arsenal. But for my sake, like for my entire thing, I'm only here to, you know, kill. Although there's nobody here, so they may all be... No, they're here. Because there's also Duty Free that has appeared, which is the night fate that I was talking about earlier. Nice. I'm gonna do LFG because otherwise I'm not gonna get anything from this. Also, for to fight this guy, you also need to have somebody with this spell on them. Otherwise, well, you will have issues. AKA, you won't really be able to win, or it'll be very difficult unless if you have a lot of people. Thing is, like, he will do a certain, I think it's called translucence, which gives him a damage stack, and the damage stack is huge. Even with my full elemental armor on my main character, with a cooldown and all that jazz, I can only take 2 auto attacks from him when he has that on, so, you know. Just thought I'd mention it. I'm unfortunately not getting any invites, so I don't really think I'm gonna get anything. So yeah. Am I just not gonna get... I'm just gonna post out of G again because there's more people arriving. And I need to be in a party for both of these, otherwise I'm not gonna get anything done. So, Oh, thank you. Praise the Lord. I'm low level, but it doesn't matter. I'll still get some XP from this. I may be 7 levels lower than the requirement, but that actually, you know, that goes within the 8 level limit, so I think it should work. Could be that I'm not gonna get anything. That's, you know, that does seem to be a thing that can happen. Another thing is this guy will appear like every 40 minutes, I think. So this guy will just like appear every now and again if there's enough people in the instance, and will give you the maximum amount of crystals that you can get. So, or like not like the second to max. Let me say it like that. It's not particularly the max, but. So look at my damage. Direct crit of 213 damage. Yeah, I'm only here. I don't even know why I'm here. Anyway, he just did translucence, and now he has the damage tag. If anybody was tanking at the moment, immediately died. There we go. Pull of the Void is going to pull you towards him, and then going to do either concussive oscillations or the other one. This one or Thunderstorm or something. Which will... Concussive is going to be walk away, and the Thunderstorm is going to be underneath him. So. On another occasional Torrential Torment. The person with Dispel didn't Dispel in time, so one tank fucking got annihilated. As it's usually what happens with this loss. And then Ion Shower. Somebody's going to get marked, and that person's going to get blasted, like it's going to get stunned in place and blasted with lightning and a giant AoE around him. Which is going to do a lot of damage, as you will see, to the people around him. There we go. He's going to keep doing that for a bit, so... Just kind of want to be away from that one. Rock hard, just random AoE. And he continues doing the same thing. Vitriolic Barrage is just rate-wide damage. So if you still has a damage tag at this point, that will kill a lot of people. Alright, Fluorescence, and the person with the spell died apparently, so... Oh, okay, they got back up. I could dispel in time. Nice. And there we go. Am I gonna get something from this? I should. There we go, yeah. Just still got 9 million XP from it. It's not that much in all fairness though, comparatively to... I think I'm gonna get more from this, because I'm only 3 levels away from that one. Emperors. But yeah, I only got XP of course, because, you know, the 7 level difference. And then after this one is done, unless if something else appears, I'm just going to be farming enemies of around my level this time. I don't need to be fighting enemies higher than my level just to do my my log. I don't remember this guy's freaking mechanics at all. I only remember like the version of him in freaking, what's that place called? In the other place that I don't remember the name of. The Wiping City. I think it does similar stuff to that, but not identical. Because that would be kind of insane. Because in all fairness, the freaking, I don't remember his name, but that dude is insane in the Wiping City. Ozma is too, mind you, but I think we're not even going to see that many mechanics of him because he's just going to die really quickly because this is, you know, rare item fate. They tend to die very quickly, and as you can see, I got more elemental XP from this than from the other one. And there we go. Everybody disbands because they're all like, okay, we came, we have done here, like I got what I came for, I'm gonna leave now. I'm level 53, I'm not sure if I can get this Ethernet shard. It would be nice if I could. That's the reason I'm going this way. Just, you know, FYI. If I can't get it, I'm just gonna return, and I'm just going to return to doing what I was doing. So it's also interesting, like this weather technically overrides other weathers, but at the same time, the other weather effect is still going on. So As weird as it may sound, like all the freaking snow smelt sprites that are only here during the rain will just stay here. It'll just keep spawning because it's technically still raining. It's just being clouded over by this elemental BS. I don't like being here. Really hope I can get the seasons right now. I don't think I can, actually. It's probably going to be like level 56 or something. Or maybe 54. 55, well. Yeah, anyway, I'll be right back. They just keep coming. It just keeps coming. Another fate. They're so on one level higher than me, which is fine. It's fine, okay. No, it is. As long... Actually, just in general, as long as it's not 8 levels higher than me, I can in theory join it and get some XP from it. Which, you know, only took me up until Hydatos to actually figure out. Or look for. Oh well. Never said I was a smart gamer. Spare wind. I'm once again doing so little damage. Anyway, she summons tentacles, so she's gonna aim, and then she's also gonna like hit her own 4 tentacles around her. So just kind of a game of dodging. Chilling glare. And there. She probably has more mechanics, but you will rarely see it. Anyway, I'll be back in a bit again, because I still got some more farming to do. Say hello to my little friend. We've got the next boy, Big Bird. Ah, I'm going to do it. You're a stretch by God. I sure am always tired, aren't I? Which is fine, I guess. I mean, in all fairness, if there's one thing in this game that makes me fall asleep, it's Eureka. especially Hydatos. It's also like my most recent experience was on this island, so my memories of this one are still very fresh. Hey look, I got 30 of the 350 crystals I need. I mean, I haven't, you know, I haven't really done that many fates yet, so all things considered, it's still pretty dang fine. Interesting how people say like pull time and then 27 it's already like gone beyond 27. And this is what it means to go even further beyond. I hate these ring mobs that I just miss. It's a pain in the arse. And Ovni has reappeared too. Hey, that's pretty good. I mean, it unironically is pretty good. It's more XP for me. After all, this time I'm only 6 levels in the race instead of 7. And when I'm done with this one, I may already be 5 levels in. God damn you. Anyway, the way this guy works is he at some point does... Quinton bounds his rate hard, yes. He does molt at some point. Now, what does molt do? Well, create these little feather pockets, and he's going to do a feather cut on them. It's going to blow up and put everybody around it to sleep. If you're a warrior and you have inner release, you're not going to be susceptible to this, I think, maybe? I'm not 100% sure about that, so I'm not going to risk it. He says while running in. So it looks like I am not immune to this type of sleep. even when I'm using inner release. That's a little bit unfortunate. Of course, this boss is also a wind mob, which means that, you know, you can still miss your attacks, and you will miss your attacks. Unless if somebody uses feint, which, you know, nobody does. So. They all seem to struggle avoiding the AoEs too. There are a lot of them in any case. I see a lot of them sleeping, so... And there we go. And that is indeed my level up. Nice. I got an obscure lord of him too. Right, I'm going to be right back once I think I'm gonna like go to level 60 and then start doing the quest again. I feel like that's a better idea than doing it like sporadically constantly. So yeah, I'll meet you guys once we run into either a new fate or I reach the level that I need to be. I think the first is probably gonna be what's gonna happen first. Anyway, be right back. Alright, we have reached another boy. Currently level 57, so we will not get a reward from this guy, which is unfortunate, because this guy is the one who drops the scales that you need for your weapon. You'll have to fight him, you have to beat him 3 times, and on this island you cannot trade crystals to get these scales from him. So, you're gonna have to fight this guy. So, yeah. That's not fun. Especially because I'm just like barely... I think if I were 2 levels below, I could probably get a reward? I don't know actually. I don't know if it's 2 or I don't know if it's 2 or 1. Either way, this guy actually works a surprisingly it's surprisingly similar to Nidhogg in his moveset. Scarlet Price is just like a semi-tank buster. And then there's a Scarlet Whisper, which is a cleave in front of him. And there's Reforge. So currently his element is fire, and he will now change his element to ice. You know, for the sake of it, he's gonna fly off. And then there's going to be 3 versions of him, and they're gonna do a dash attack. You can try to avoid it, you can just stand in the middle of it, like some people do. Or you can just leave the fate area and come back in. As long as somebody's in there fighting him, then the guy won't despawn, and everybody can just run out, basically. Also gonna drop some crystals, which will eventually start targeting people and flying in their general direction. Ice and Levin. I think this is, yeah, it's a donut, and then the lightning bolts outside of it. He does something else too. I think it's like ice and something else. Ice and wind. Okay, now we need to get out of his hitbox. I'm gonna create... or actually, no. Okay, no, it's not that. I thought that he did something like that. Well, incorrect. Hot Tail is the same like in Nidhogg, where he's just gonna basically do an entire line attack. Coming from the middle of his hitbox. You can also do wings, and that will be AoEs on his sides, so the only safe spot will be his middle. And as I can quite clearly see, I did not get the reward, which is beyond unfortunate, but no well. Anyway, I'm not done yet. Actually, for the sake of, I think, just for the sake of not making another like really long episode, I think I'm gonna go and end off over here. And next episode we're gonna go and maybe check out any more fates that I haven't shown off yet. There have been 2 fates that have appeared, but both of them were basically like early pulled, so showing them off would have been kind of a waste, because I couldn't really show much off of it. Like, I could only do like I was only there when there was like 20% left or something, so I didn't even get the full reward. Anyway, I'm gonna go and leave it off over here. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Little Dare Lounge, where we were playing Final Fantasy XIV. And next episode, we're gonna go and finish up our leveling to 60 and go and probably finish off the story of this entire island. Goodbye.